The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, to the Every Point Sports Podcast. I am Jack Stash. We've got the Old Gamer GK with us today. Greg, how are you feeling?
We are doing well, as always. It's Sunday. We are here to bring the energy. We missed you guys the last week. We had some stuff going on, but we are here this week to bring you our sporting knowledge.
I mean, the truth was I was running errands for Greg. He asked me to run some errands. I had to run, and I didn't have much time to do it. He has me running errands for cards, so I'm buying cards, and we're selling cards, and we're doing stuff with cards. And Greg's like, look, I'm really looking for a special card, and I found a few for him. It just so happens I needed the day to do it. So if you guys need any card, by the way, you email me, message me on Facebook, message me on the stream. If you're looking for a special card, I will find it. I will take the time. Baseball.
I know you were saying you were selling them on Whatnot and stuff. Do you have a channel name or anything yet?
Yeah, it's Fantasy Farm Sports. I try to keep it easy for everybody. You can find me at Fantasy Farm Sports. If you go in on Google and you type in Fantasy Farm Sports and you go to the Fantasy Farm Sport, it's connected to my phone. It's connected to my wrist. It's connected right there. Right, I've got all these connections, and it goes right into my email. It goes right into my phone, for which we all have. Right, I will get the notification. I will get the information. And then I'll get back to you. So
there you go.
Pretty simple. Simple.
Right.
You want it, I'll find it, and we'll make it. If you want a gift, right, and you want to send it to somebody, I'll do the dolling up. I'll do the presentry. I'll do all that stuff for you guys.
There you go. There you go, guys. One-stop shop.
One-stop shop. I got Bucky Irving the other day. Look at this guy's gonna be a hot fantasy player this year. Rookie card.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's stuff that I've been doing, running errands for Greg. He has me out here on the streets. But what we've had going on is more tremendous baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before we came out, Cal Raleigh, right? Home run derby champion. What a year Big Cal's having, right? Fantastic catcher, 38 home runs at the break. What is it? It was one shy of the record, right? Who had the record, Greg?
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Guys, one key component to this whole thing about Rawlings hitting 38, Bonds hitting 39 is we all know what type of era Bonds played in. We all know McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, Palmeiro, all those guys jumped on the steroids, guys. I'm not faulting them for it. I'm just simply keeping it real. I'm not talking crap on them. I love the era. Chicks dig the long ball. We all went nuts over it. We all went nuts over the long ball. So I am not putting any blame on those players at all. If anything, screw it. Let them all take steroids. That's how I feel.
Kids.
Yes.
No kids.
Kids, no. Adults, well, you know what? Once you're 18, you can make up your own mind. But my whole point is, we all know what type of era it was. Now, Rawlings did this in a non-steroid era. Steroid era. Plus, he's a catcher.
Dude,
Holy
the catcher
crap.
part is insane.
Holy crap. Guys, I don't think you guys truly understand what you guys are seeing right now. You guys really don't. Everybody's so fascinated the last couple of years with Ohtani and what he was able to do. And rightfully so.
Yep.
Rightfully so. Yep. Phenom. Rawlings, guys, he's a catcher. He's cracking home runs left and right.
And in fact, his batting average and his home runs have been so valuable to the team that when they give him days off from catching, they've been making him a DH. I
So
mean,
he's too valuable to leave off the roster.
right. They want to give him the most opportunities. Cal Raleigh is here to stay. And you know what was interesting about that steroid era too? Not only were the hitters doing steroids, the pitchers were doing steroids.
Oh, they were too. Yeah.
I mean, Schilling was the first one in and out of the office. It's whatever, but you know, it is what it is.
Again, I am not faulting anybody. You know, I mean, listen, it is what it is. That era is what it was. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was fun. It was exciting. It actually brought baseball back for a while.
Let's not pretend either that this era isn't a little boosted as well. And by boosted, I mean, I don't know, did we make the bags a little bit bigger? We did. We made the bags a little bit better. Have we sped up the pitchers? We have.
Mhm.
That arm's going to get tired quicker. It's going to give advantages to the hitters late, right? So we've done a little bit, but baseball's like, don't you do it. We do it. We speed up the game. We make the bags bigger for steals. You don't juice yourselves without us knowing. Or did they? Wow.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing of them raising and lowering the pitcher's mound. You know, they've done that throughout
Bob,
the history in baseball. You know,
I'll tell you what, you've been doing homework on baseball. I'll tell you, you're right. You're right. Bob Gibson was a freak, and he was so good that they lowered the mountain because he was throwing from such a high right. So a lot of things have happened over time to either add points or subtract points in certain eras. They've modified the game. They've modified the game so much throughout the seasons and throughout the years that it's you know, the lines are blurry. That's really where we're at in baseball. And you know what, though? I don't really care because it's been fun to watch. It's 2 hours, so I know I can at least smoke 3 cigars.
well, listen, we all seen where baseball was going when we had the bunch of old heads in there that didn't want to change. It wasn't going anywhere.
Well,
it was dying, and it was dying slowly. It was dying with your 50, your 60-year-olds, your 70-year-olds. When those people are gone, that younger generation wasn't coming up to watch baseball. They're like, why am I going to watch baseball?
Well, and it that's a great point. And it's a great point because if you asked me when I was a kid, right, like, man, who's the best baseball player? I'd be like, oh, God, Babe Ruth. But Babe Ruth, I've never personally seen play. I thought King Griffey Jr. had a cool swing. I wouldn't consider him the best. I would consider Ruth the best. And that was the problem, like you just said, that baseball was running into. I thought some guy that played in black and white was the best player I've ever seen. Geez, at least when I make the Michael Jordan argument, the man's in color. You know, no, but I'm not sitting here going, you know, Bob Cousy would slaughter Michael. I wouldn't. That's insane.
Yeah.
But that's what we were doing for baseball. I actually believe the era that we're moving into here, this little pocket in baseball, people are going to start saying names like Cal Raleigh. They might even say Barry Bonds. They might even argue for King Griffey as the best hitters now of all time. Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. You could sit here and go, well, who's better, Shohei Ohtani or Babe Ruth? And I think we might actually get to an argument at the end of it. And that's where baseball is going. And I'm so pumped. I really am.
Absolutely.
I mean, see a throw Acuna made the other night? I shared on Fantasy Farm Sports. He threw the ball 60 yards from right center corner to the third baseman, not on the hop, right into the glove, bang, and he tagged the guy out. What? Acuna's back 4 months. He's been back 4 months.
No, yeah, way, he's having a really nice year.
I'm sure he's in all your leagues. Yeah, coming off, and that's the thing. Coming off the injury, the bat was a little slow. Took him about a week or two to get up to full pitch speed, but that's how good Ronald Acuna is. Like, if you guys are
now he's looking like himself again.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, he's only been getting live pitching for what, 2 months, like real live pitching and all this other. And what is so interesting to me is that his bat speed has caught up, and his fielding has now caught up to the league in 2 months. Like, he's.
Well, I mean, that's why he was a special talent, though.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But that's why he's a top player. Like, if you guys are wondering, this guy blinked and started playing baseball again. I don't want to, Like, let's not gloss over how great he is. And
Mm-hmm.
probably, I'm not saying definitely, but he might be your number 1 draft pick next year. He is going to have an absolute fireworks season next year, and it's coming.
I just wanted to quickly add on to this Carl rally thing with the home runs at the home run derby. I wanted to hurry up and jump in real quick before you went chopped off of that. But he also broke the record for the longest home run in a home run derby by 7 feet.
Oh my God!
I forget who he beat, but yeah, he hit the longest home run ever in the home run derby. So by 7 feet. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, Cal Raleigh's fun. And you know what? It's great too, right? It's because he's West Coast, right? So you can watch your Yankees, your Mets, your Phillies, those East
Your
Coast
Phillies.
teams. I don't want to hear I don't want to like I know there's Braves fans out there, but like those are your East Coast teams, right? Yankees, Mets, Phillies. They're all up there. Red Sox, very sorry. Don't attack me, Red Sox. Jesus, I almost did it. I almost bought my own coffin by not mentioning
that
the
Red
Sox.
Sox Nation, man. You need to watch out for them.
My God, they're worse than the Bills Mafia in the summer. They know they're mad in the
Well,
summer.
They're
mad in the summer because cold is coming, and they're mad that it's coming in the summer. Go ahead.
But the great thing about Bills Mafia, like I think Bills Mafia kind of gets a bum rap, like they're crazy, blah blah blah. They jump through tables, blah blah blah. But they're really cool fans. Like you can go there and still cheer for your team, and they're cool with you. Like they're not picking fights with you. They're not there. All right, come to see our kingpin. Nothing like that. It's just all in fun.
I've been to a Bills-Eagles game. It's the only NFL game I was ever to. It was tough it wasn't like the TV, let's put it that way. The in-person game was fun, but it wasn't like TV, right?
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
I had a Bills Mafia member park me in his backyard while he's slugging from the Jack Daniels bottle. Yeah. Paid him $10. He was awesome. I mean, they're everywhere up there, but they're awesome. Right? You cross the road, the stadium's there. The security guard sees that you got a bottle with you. He doesn't care because he's part of the mafia. It's a big mafia up there. They don't care. They don't care. The security breaches security for other mafia members. Bills fans are super fun. But yeah, baseball's back. I actually missed it. I don't know if you missed it, Greg, but like not being able to set my fantasy baseball lineup for a couple days, I was like, oh.
I kept going to my phone though by habit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have a game today.
I know. And I was like, what to do with the time? I'll tell you what. I don't. That's why we're Fantasy Farm, right? We do all the fantasy stuff. But
that's right. We do.
By the way, I've got the best 3 outfielders. I've got Judge. I've got Tatis. I've got Crow Armstrong. How about him, baby? He's having a year out in Cubbies land. He has he was the first player ever at the break to have 25 home runs and 25 stolen bags.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And he's not like this powerhouse guy. He's almost like a Julio Rodriguez. And he looks the greatest part about the kid, Crow Armstrong, is that he can fly in the outfield. He can steal bags. He's not super powerful, but he's got enough power to get it out in Wrigley Field.
26 home runs.
Yeah, it's not insane power. It's good. And he looks like Chicago, right? He feels like a Chicago kid. I don't know if he's from there or not, but he feels like a Chicago kid. He's a nice up and comer. We gave you Nick Kurtz a couple weeks ago. He's at 70. He's on pace for 30. Nick Kurtz is on pace.
This is the Lancaster kid, right?
Yep.
Kurtz. I was just going to ask you about how is he doing?
Yeah,
our weekly check-in on Kurtz.
Dude, it's the Kurtz watch.
That's right, yes.
But yeah, he's at 17 home runs. Not hitting as more home runs, but he's getting more bases now, which is fine. I mean, he takes what he can get. He's starting. He hasn't quite learned how because he's up there to Kurtz cuts. When Kurtz swings the bat so hard his helmet flies off, and he's 6'5". But yeah, he's trying to learn how to manipulate some pitches. Not quite there yet, but he has the talent to be able to do it, and that's what you're looking for in a baseball player. Love baseball. I'm gonna miss it when the season's over, but Good thing when the season's over, all we're doing is moving from baseball to football.
And that is the big thing.
What a fantastic segue that was. I'll tell you what, if I had another arm, I'd pat myself on the back. We got work to do because camps are opening.
Yes. A lot of them are in, a lot of rookies already reported. Some veterans reported, I think the 23rd is the last day for training camps.
Is that right?
To report. Yeah, I forget who it is, though.
The Bengals don't have any of their rookies reporting, do they?
What's that?
The Bengals don't have any of their rookies reporting.
No, well, their Stewart's still not signed. Let's see. The Falcons is the 23rd, and there's one other team that's the 23rd here. Where are you?
Is it
the
me
Steelers.
or training camp's coming a little late this year? I just feel like they're a week late.
No, I mean that's what they ever since that new CBA that was signed a couple years ago. It used to start early July. Now it starts about mid to end July.
Oh, while we're talking about the CBA for 20 seconds here, you see
how about this?
Yeah,
collusion.
Yeah.
The
NFL Players Association president resigned. He resigned before someone shot and threw him in the river.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what was coming. And I don't know what player was going to do it. I don't know what mafia member was going to do it, but that guy was going to be shot and thrown in the river because here's what he did. He was kind of colluding with the owners to try to get that guaranteed money tacked down. Right, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
The guaranteed money for which your athletes work very hard for and put their lives and brains and souls on the line on that gridiron every Sunday. Oh, we mentioned gridiron. We might as well show off the gridiron helmet. Look at that. Oh, baby, that is beautiful. Right? We got the mustache in the middle. Guys, if you want one of these custom helmets for your business or you want to support Fantasy Farm Sports, or you want one of your own custom helmets, go to gridironmancave.com. I know them personally. They will set you right up. Back to the NFLPA. Wow. I mean, selling out the very guys that you were supposed to and hired to defend is the sleaziest, most underhanded thing you could do.
Yeah, the owners were pretty much telling him what they wanted to do, and he was pretty much saying, okay, well, I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
You know?
He was arguing against his clients.
Yeah.
I don't know who stepped in, but
he was for the owners and not for the players. Unreal. I could not believe that happened. Could not believe that happened.
Yeah, and you know what the headline ESPN wrote was? NFLPA president steps down or resigns after only blah, blah, blah months. That's not the story. Click on it. No. It's gross.
Yeah.
Get into the paragraphs, people. You want details? They're there. But the headline just reads, oh, you know what? I didn't want to do the job anymore. And you know, somebody else might want. No. This dude was garbage.
Yep.
Send him to my house. I got a basement. Let's find out what happens down there, huh? I hate that. You know what? I'll tell you what. Even better. What I'd love to do is I'd love to have him in the same room with Antonio Brown. Oh, I'll tell you what. Antonio, if you can make dreams come true, I'll get the NFLPA ex-president over here, and I'll give you all of my kitchenware. I hate people trying to screw over other people for their own gains. If we can all work together, it's fine, or find a middle area. But if you're trying to work on your own against the client for which you're trying to defend, it's gross.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Back to camps. I had to get it off my chest. I feel at least a little bit lighter.
Probably the biggest news coming out of any camp for any NFL team would probably be the Shedeur Sanders news.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's saying that Gabriel is going to get more of a shot than Sanders just because of draft stock. That's how it's always been. But Shador Sanders is making it awful, awful hard for the Browns to follow that.
Well, I mean, we know what's going to happen, right? Dillon Gabriel get a shot at the end of the year after the whole Flacco and Pickett experiments are done with. And then at the end of the year, they'll fire Stefanski, they'll hire Deion Sanders, and then Shador will get his real shot.
I don't
but that's
think
going to happen.
I think Flacco is a waste. I'm sorry. 2 years ago, he was a great story. Last year, he really wasn't. He was. You and I were talking about him. We couldn't wait for him to start for the Colts, and when he did, he wasn't the same person he was the previous year. So, like, throw him out. Just get him out of the quarterback room now, and just concentrate on your young guys. If you want to keep them around for learning, for experience, to help the young quarterback room out, okay, I get that. But as far as taking any reps away from Gabriel or Shador, I think it should be. I think those two should battle it out.
Here's what should happen, and I like that idea. That's a great idea, by the way. Here's what I think should. Here's what people don't realize. Here, I'll give you the lowdown on Cleveland. Kenny Pickett. They brought in Kenny Pickett because they think he can actually play. Actually, they paid a 5th-round pick for him. They don't know whether he can play. They have no confidence in Kenny Pickett. They gave up a 5th-round pick. Any guess what they drafted Sanders and Gabriel in? Was it the 4th and 5th round?
Yeah.
Right? And Gabriel was drafted based on his want to be in the NFL. He's not an NFL player. N-O-T, not. He's in the NFL. He won't be there very long. And I think Flacco is there kind of just helping Shador. He's been helping Shador a lot. He knows Shador's going to be the guy. And I think if Flacco really likes Cleveland and his family like Cleveland and all this other stuff, when Deion comes, they'll hire Flacco as the quarterback coach. And I think the relationship is already there. The concrete's already starting to form and be built with him and Shador. I think that Flacco is a lot like Tom Brady, but less intense. I mean, Tom's a lot sometimes. Tom is a lot sometimes. And I think for Flacco is a little bit more easygoing. He's a little bit more off the gas pedal. The car's still going pretty fast, but he's there letting you take some of it because that's what he liked. But I can't see Stefanski surviving this year.
Yeah, Gabriel's better than you think, by the way. Gabriel is a 3rd-round pick, not a 5th-round pick.
I watched him play once.
I'm just saying. I mean, he went in the 3rd round. He's not a scrub. Yeah,
no, I know. I watched him play once, and the one time I watched him play, every time he missed and threw a horrendous pass, there were many of them that weren't screens. There was laundry on the field against Penn State, and it was Oregon won the game, but it was so poorly officiated. The commentator at one point goes, "Hey, that's a 1st down for Penn State." It clearly was. It was clearly a 1st down. They marked it 3rd and 7. It wasn't 3rd and 7. It was a 1st down. And the commentator goes, "What are they doing?" Penn State was already lined up ready to go, so they couldn't even review it because the ball was set. And it didn't matter because Drew Aller's fantastic and got the 1st down anyway, a 2nd time. And I went, man, if I had $1,000 right now, I would bet on Oregon because you could see how this is being moved. I mean, it was hard to watch. Dillon Gabriel, yeah, he might be able to throw the ball. I think
he's just on the shorter side. That's it.
I feel like his ceiling is Tua, and that's not a great ceiling to have. He's left-handed. He's fine. The arm strength isn't wonderful. He's really undersized, and he's not Kyler Murray. At least Tua, there's some thighs there. This kid's got a lot of work to get done in a little bit of time.
Listen, I'm just saying it's not like he was a 5th-round pick like Shador was. He was a 3rd-round pick. He's a legit prospect. Like a 4th, 5th round, you're like, maybe see the field at some point in his career, but probably not. 3rd-round pick, you still expect to see. You expect the 3rd-round pick to see the field.
The Shador thing to me was a message. I mean, he had the best completion percentage in college football.
But everything was behind the line of scrimmage.
The
guy was 12 and 13 and 12, or no, 12 and 13 in his career at Colorado. He wasn't a good quarterback.
He got 2 wide receivers drafted, not just one.
but he's
I'm
not
talking
a
about
good quarterback. He's just not. He's decent. Do I think he could learn to play the game? Yeah, I do.
better than
But he's
Tyler
not.
Show.
He's not all godsend. I don't think he is.
He's better than
And
Tyler Show.
college proved it.
Tyler Show?
Who? Show? Who's
Yeah,
Tyler
that's what I'm
Show?
saying. Yeah, exactly. I
Who are
say
you
he's better
talking
than
about?
Tyler Show. There's that kid that was drafted, that 28-year-old kid drafted out of Louisville to the New Orleans
Oh,
Saints.
yes. Actually, yes. And any draft uh aficionaire will tell you that he's better than him. His knock on was that he can't stay healthy. He has all the physical tools in the world. He can make every NFL throw he is asked. It's whether or not he could stay on the field. That
Oh yeah,
Louisville quarterback is ridiculously good.
but he's not gonna stay on the field. He's
No, I'm
gonna
just
get
saying,
clubbed
but
again.
that was his knock, was he was always hurt. Every
My
year, hurt. But the guy is a phenomenal talent.
well, so am I when I'm healthy.
No, you're not.
My whole point is that you have to be on the field, and I've seen Shedeur Sanders absolutely take missiles and stay on the field. He can't stay on the field.
All I
you're
know
not
is
gonna
the
be any
kid
help.
got his fucking jersey freaking retired for winning one game over 500. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Yeah, but it wasn't his decision.
I'm just saying. I mean, come on. I'm not saying it was his decision. I'm just saying, come on. Like, quit blowing so much smoke up the kid's ass.
Well, if he stayed around, his record would have probably improved.
Not probably. It would have.
It would have, yeah. And you know that's why you draft.
But they're a
these kids.
500 club. That's what they're always going to be, is a 500 club.
Yeah,
Couple
I mean,
teams over 500. That's just what they are. Even with everybody that Dion brought in. And he brought in a lot of good, really good talent into that Colorado team.
His biggest problem is that line. It's really, really bad. It looks like a high school line. I don't know who the offensive line coach is, but it's not very good. He's running a pro style offense, which helps get players drafted. And you know, the one of the greatest things, you know, Dion will tell you. I mean, basically what Dion is a cornerbacks coach that is running a pro program. Really, he puts a bunch of pro prospects around him that know how to run the positions, and they go from there. He's not fantastical, but at the end of the day, people want to play for Dion because he's a great speaker.
Absolutely.
He's a great speaker, right? And that's kind of how they look at things.
And he can recruit.
Yeah.
If he wanted to come to Alabama, I'd say bye, Beer. Bye, Dan. See ya. Dion's taking over.
That could become a reality real soon.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I would. I like Dion that much. So I'm not talking shit on Dion. I'm just not. I'm just talking shit on the Colorado program.
And we're going to find out. I think that, you know, here's what I think is really interesting. I actually think the best player on that football team was Travis Hunter. And the reason why Travis Hunter is the best player on that Colorado team that was drafted is because Colorado Travis Hunter can read defenses. And this gets into a little bit of fantasy football, but I want you to live with me for just a moment here. I think Jacksonville Jaguars drafted Travis Hunter for two reasons and not his positioning. Travis Hunter is so much more valuable to that Jacksonville Jaguars offense than the defense is, because the one thing that their blonde-haired, neat-chinned quarterback can't do is read a defense. Trevor Lawrence couldn't read a defense if you offer to break both of his knees to figure it out. He can't. He just doesn't do it. But you know who reads a great defense? Travis Hunter does. Travis Hunter will make his job so much easier, where Trevor Lawrence can just go be an athlete, because that's what he is. He's an athlete. He doesn't know how to get in and out of certain positions, but Travis Hunter will be the key to unlocking Trevor Lawrence this year. I really, Brian Thomas is a freak athlete. He's tremendous, but Trevor Lawrence won't know when to go long or when to not get him killed or when to not throw the ball high. Travis Hunter is going to get in that huddle and let them know what they're running against them. I think he's super valuable. I compare him, maybe not so much this year. His football acumen is right up there with him, but I think he's going to be the Devonta Smith of that offense, right? I obviously Devonta Smith is more there, better route runner, all this other stuff. But Travis Hunter is going to be, he's like the rat. He's going to walk into that huddle and go, yo, they'd be running a 3-4 against us and sliding this guy back. Maybe, I'm telling you. And it's going to take all of the, and Trevor's going to go, oh, shit. They are. Oh, well, maybe, he's got a rat in the huddle now. Travis sees that. I mean, Travis Hunter goes home and plays Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And he's running these schemes all the time in his head. He's a junkie. And for all the things that he is, Lawrence is not. But he's a great athlete and has a cannon. And if he's got a rat in the huddle, I think it'll make him better. That's where I actually, I think Hunter's more valuable as a cornerback and a wide receiver in the same huddle on offense. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going to do, I started looking at it the other day and I went, man, Lawrence, if he just had a kid that would know, that's why they drafted Hunter, and that's the value. And by the way, maybe that's why Shedeur got such a knock, right? Because maybe, this is just my, foreshadowing, maybe it was Travis Hunter giving Shedeur all the information, and Shedeur was going with it. And they went, oh, Shedeur actually doesn't know anything. It was the kid. The rat in the hole was reading all the defenses for him. I think scouts believe that.
Yeah, that very well could have been. But I personally think they're both smart. I just think, that's one thing Dion did. He brought in a bunch of coaches that can coach. It didn't reflect into the wins, but his guys learned to play the game. And you can tell that by where they were drafted and how they perform in the NFL when they were drafted. You know what I mean?
Everybody,
even at Jacksonville State when he was there, and that's what, a Division II school.
For everybody worried about his now wife too, by the way, right? Travis Hunter's wife, Leanna Linney. Linney's not her last name, and they didn't need a prenup because she's got more money than he does. Her last name's Fuente. Go to a cigar shop and ask for the Fuentes. Then there's nothing sitting there underneath $12. Oh, but is it? I don't know whether it's his daughter, but the Fuente, if you hold the family name, you've got land somewhere in a trust. Mm-hmm. That's why there's no prenup. He's poor compared to her. Oh, honey, you want a prenup? Why don't you just go play football? She's got land. She's got a lot of money. I think Travis Hunter is a big deal, and I think I've been thinking about it the past couple of days. I do believe that the scouts sat there and they went, having Shedeur in the room without Travis, he doesn't seem to see this, or he doesn't seem to, that's a little interesting, that it doesn't seem like he can really call it out. And by the way, in the NFL, you have to be the leader in that huddle. You got to be the guy in that huddle. Mm-hmm. And if they think that you have all the talent in the world like Trevor Lawrence does, they don't mind having a guy barking in the huddle. Yep. Like having a little mouse, having a little rat, right, in the huddle. Mm-hmm. But you can't be the guy coming in with the question marks. Trevor's got the contract. We just got a rat to help him. And I'm not calling Travis Hunter a rat, but I mean, I've been looking at where I'm into fantasy football, fantasy sports. I've been looking at his comps this year. Greg, his numbers are high. His finishes is high. How are they going to be that high? How is his wide receiver comp that high? I know they have him listed as cornerback second, but how are they that high? It's that high because he's going to be the guy there helping Trevor, and everybody's going to be afraid to draft him. But I'm telling you, I'm starting to lean in that direction.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind drafting him late, very, very late.
The fifth round.
What's that?
He's got a 5th round comp.
Yeah, I would never draft a rookie in the 5th round.
How crazy is that, though? That's what I'm saying.
No, let me rephrase that. I will never draft a rookie wide receiver in the 5th round. Like if Gentry is there in the 5th round, running back, I'm taking him in a second, in a heartbeat. But
would you take him in the first?
No. Now, even though he's projected to beat Dickerson's rookie record.
What if I said, you could draft Maurice Jones-Drew in the first. But let's not pretend like that Jaguars team was very good either.
Yeah. Nah.
Would you take Maurice Jones-Drew in the first?
No. I don't think I ever did. I think I took Jamal Charles instead.
And
2
that's
years
fine.
in a row.
But when we start thinking about the 7 and 8 and 9 spot was where I think it starts the idea begins to marinate.
Yeah, I mean, you could bleed. Yeah, you could bleed into it. You can make a case for it. Would I do it?
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Probably not. But you could make a case for it. Could I talk myself into it if I have the next pick within the next couple picks? Maybe. But I mean, even back when Maurice Jones-Drew did play, I didn't draft him. I picked other players besides him. So, I mean, apparently even back then I wasn't high on him then, even though he was a good, very, very, extremely, very good running back.
Yeah, and so I kind of have him compared to Jones-Drew.
That's a nice comp.
Or in between, like a Jones-Drew and not quite a LaDainian Tomlinson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he's a little bit thinner than Drew, and I think he does a little bit better getting skinny. Almost like, I don't know. Who would you rather, right? This is a great question. I'm playing Who Would You Rather already. I love doing this stuff right before camp, right? Who would you rather, Genty or Bucky Irving? Oh, look what I did. Look what I did. Because they are very close.
I'm going to go with Gentry just for the fact that Pete Carroll is his coach, and we all know Pete loves to run the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not a bad answer. I
mean, you can't really go wrong either way. You really can't. But if I can get an extra 10 touches in a year, I'll take that extra 10 touches.
I was going to say Genty. I was all over Genty. I'm with you, right? I do believe it's going to take Mr. Genty 3 weeks to figure out what Bucky Irving knows, right? I watched some Bucky Irving highlights the other day because I was like, I'm not drafting this guy. There's no way I'm drafting him, right? And I looked at the highlights and I went, oh, he just knows. Like every little nuance, every little hole, every time I watched a video and I was like, oh, you should go that. He went that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at that open.
Oh, I picked him up.
Yeah, you did. You were brilliant in picking him up. But watching his highlights, I went, like, you know how sometimes you're like, oh, he missed it. He sees all of them. And he's got that little bit of, you know what he reminds me of? And please don't knock me for this comp either. He reminds me a little bit because he doesn't have finishing speed, but he's got beginning get up. He reminds me of Kamara a little bit. Kamara has beginning get up, and then he could catch him. But getting to the hole and getting that 20 yards, Kamara was unstoppable. Remember when he was the man in fantasy football that you wanted? He's not as big. He doesn't bounce off guys as much, but he has that beginning get up. Oh, can I do another one? I'm going to do it anyway. Brian Westbrook is my Bucky Irving comp as well. Can I do that a little bit more? I think it's
that's more like Irving. Westbrook is.
But Westbrook had 3 years where you're like, Jesus. I mean, if you don't like Brian Westbrook,
he had a nice. He played 2 years with the Niners too.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to do it when it came to me. It came to me in the moment. Sometimes these comps come to you in the moment. Kamara wasn't a good one, but Brian Westbrook. And if you're getting Brian Westbrook, it ain't so bad. I overlooked and I overglossed some of these guys, and now I'm starting to come back to them a little bit. So,
yeah, no, Bucky Irving's a nice little pickup. If you can get him in maybe the 3rd round,
it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. He's a 2nd round guy, and I don't want to say it, but it is early 2nd.
Yeah.
And ESPN has done no favors, by the way. Here's what
ESPN never does anybody any favors.
I know, except for we won't get into that. I'll just bite my tongue from what I was going to say. They've done favors, but they haven't done favors to the fantasy enthusiasts, right? They're the guys that do the homework and do the work and all this other stuff, right? What they've done is they've put the tiers up. Remember the tiers? have been a thing over the past couple of years. Tier 1, tier 2,
Yeah.
tier 3. I don't mind that when we're talking about.
I don't either, but I mean, most of it's just copy and paste.
But now what they've done is when you're drafting, they put the tiers up. They put tier 1, they put tier 2, they put tier 3. So it almost looks as though if you draft someone outside that tier, like you're the biggest idiot on the planet, which you're not going to do. And Bucky Irving falls in like the 11. He falls in like 13 to like 17 range. And you know that in a 12-man league, that's going to be round 2. And so, damn it. So that's the worst. That's the bad news. Tier 2 is also Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay.
Oh, I got a fun one to show you guys.
Yeah, I mean, Bucky Irving. I don't know if I don't think anybody drafted him last year. I just picked him up off of free agency. I remember, or somebody dropped him, one of the two.
Yeah, because he was drafted so late, and so here's what he ended up doing. Tom, I can't remember his last name. I know that's bad information, but whatever. He was in Indianapolis, and now he's one of the quarterbacks or offensive minds down in Tampa Bay. Basically, he's been with Arians forever, and he'll always be with Arians forever. Yeah, Bruce Arians was in Indianapolis at one time. Good information for you guys. But anyway, this guy, basically, he calls Bucky Irving his grandson. And he goes, why? He goes, because my grandson follows me everywhere. He goes, that's what Bucky does. He goes, Bucky gets here when I get here at 4:30 in the morning because he want to play. And, I told him, you basically have no chance. Rashad White's my guy. I have all these plays. He goes, that's fine. He found out where I go to breakfast. He started hanging out with me at breakfast. He started just hanging out with me. And, he goes, so I have a fondness for Bucky. So I drew up a few plays and he got 40 yards. I thought, maybe we'll draw up this kid some more plays. He's still hanging out with me for breakfast and all this other. And all of a sudden, he's a starting quarterback or a starting running back. And I think that's a great story for everybody. If you want to start, you want to do this, and you want to do that, maybe hang out with the person that can make it happen for you. Not the worst idea.
I'm just trying to see here.
What do we have? Comments popping up?
A while.
Oh, what are you looking for? You found him?
Yeah. I just wanted to see.
88 years old, I believe.
He's let's see here. Round 4 he was drafted in. All right.
Oh, Bucky Irving.
Yeah, that's who I was looking for. There we go.
He had talent. They didn't think he was going to take he was going to be able to take the beatings, but
yeah.
Guess what?
About him.
Guess what? Bucky's here for the beatings. Oh, that should be the shirt. Done.
5'10", 195 pounds.
What's he comp to Brian Westbrook? Is he close to Brian Westbrook?
Yeah, Westbrook was about 200. 5'10".
Yeah. That's it then. That's the comp. Yep. And Baker Mayfield led teams are going to run the ball.
Listen. Last year he rushed for 1,100 yards, so 8 touchdowns. That's pretty damn good. It's 10th in the league.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, right, and that's what I sat there. And so let's just do this real quick. Again, a little bit of fantasy camp talk, guys. If Bucky Irving, let's say he can essentially get to, let's say his ceiling would be 13 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. All right. He's got a little room to move up. I would much rather draft Bucky Irving and take the shot than Ladd McConkey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody loves Ladd. Everybody's all over Ladd. Ladd had 80 catches. He had 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns. Is that going higher?
I mean, he did do it as a rookie.
Yeah, but that's Edelman numbers, and we comp him as Edelman.
Yeah.
Right? It's really, what's he going to get, 100 catches? He's not Landry. To me, it's like that's him. And you're drafting him at his ceiling. If I can get McConkey in the 4th, done. Sold. Stamp it. But if I got to take him in the 2nd, I'm taking Bucky Irving. And these are conversations you guys are going to have inside your own heads, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I wake up in the morning, I have some coffee, and I start going, McConkey or Irving? That's really what happens inside this head. And, then I try to live with whether I'm going to draft a Bo Nix or a Jaden Daniels or something like that. That's what I live with. You guys got to make the choices for yourself, but don't do dumb stuff. Don't jump ahead. Don't do crazy stuff. If I see one more team, if I see one more fantasy team draft a defense in the 5th round, I'm coming to your house. I've made the decision that I'm going to your house. I don't know what kind of conversation we're going to have. It won't be productive in the beginning. Why would you take defense in the 5th round? Because I get all the players.
Yep. Makes no sense to me.
Because I get all the players. I get all the defensive guys. No, you don't. You get one collective.
Really quick, 2nd round picks this year. Who was it? 2 teams screwed everyone up. Cleveland and somebody else. I forget who it was. Texans. Cleveland and Texans. They gave their 2nd round pick fully guaranteed money.
That's never
happened. Yes. And so therefore every 2nd round pick wanted to get fully guaranteed money. So nobody was signing. 49ers came up with a compromise with their 2nd round pick, Alfred Collins. He got paid 90% of his guaranteed money. So that was their compromise for him to get on the field, get his ass in training camp, because he is going to be a starter on that defensive line. We're counting on him to be a starter. So
yeah, I mean, look at just because your guys made a mistake on my talent doesn't mean I should get paid less money. We're not my guarantee. I mean, again, right? Because if I get that guarantee money, also I shouldn't be like back at the negotiating table in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
so the that is all the 2nd round picks that I seen signed. I didn't see anything after the Niners signed theirs. Everybody thought maybe the chips would start falling after that happened. But I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen another player sign.
John Lynch does a great job of making people at least pause. Not wait. He doesn't make anybody wait. He does make them pause.
Yeah.
He doesn't give it, I want it now. Well, you're not getting it now. I'm on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in 3 days. I got other family trips going on throughout the summer.
Like, listen, I've been in your shoes before. Like, I've been a player. I know you want that contract. I wanted my contract. Just wait.
Yeah. He's like, hold on. I'm going out drinking with the guys this week. You'll get your contract. And he makes them wait. He makes them pause for a minute and just to see, how comfortable they feel. And then he's like, all right, I'm here. I can do 90% of what you wanted, or I could do 80% of what you wanted. And then they're like, well, do 80% and give me a Jaguar. He's like, all right, done. I give you a Jaguar.
Done. Yep.
And then and then what he does is he gives them a live Jaguar that eats them alive, and he gets all the money. That's how you negotiate, huh, Lynch? Call me. That's what you got to do, baby. Right? When they ask for a Jag, you give them one. A live, hungry Jaguar.
Couple things with since we're talking about the Niners. Juwan Jennings, he wants to pay a new contract or to be traded. I know we talked briefly before the podcast started about this. I said I'm perfectly all right with this. He had a killer year last year. Guy's 29 years old. He needs that other contract. He's signed an extension last year, 2-year extension. He's only going to be making like $5-point-something million this year. So, the guy should be making around 15. He really should. He should be making around 15 a year for what he's able to do on the field.
Yeah, give him. Yeah, you know what? You're right. How about that? Give him a 2-year. This is it, right? Because I don't know what the talent is. I don't. Maybe they do in-house. 2 years, $30 million, fully guaranteed.
I would be perfect with that.
Because we're not giving you a long-term deal. We want out after 2 years. We're clearly telling you that. Maybe
you're going to be 31. We don't know. We'll talk when it comes. When it comes time, we'll talk. But right now, 2 years fully guaranteed. We appreciate everything you've done, and that's why you're getting the fully guaranteed.
And by the way, I'm going to need your ass to move because Ricky Purcell is hurt right now.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk is going to be hurt. I don't have any targets really in San Francisco, right? I mean, I can't put it all on McCaffrey again. We've proved that. You know, I know that Kittle is the greatest tight end we've ever seen, but I mean, what's he going to get? 300 targets? I need a guy that can play football. So, and I can't lowball you. Because if I do, you're going to go, drop that one. Sorry, boss. You know, I really need to give you something that you feel like you're happy that you got, right? And until Ricky can get fully healthy, I mean, hasn't proven it really so far. You know, I don't know what to do. Ayuk's injured, right? So, like, they've got problems.
All right. We, a guy I want to mention, since we're on wide receivers and Niners, is this has come out for about 3 weeks now. Kittle is the first guy to bring him up. And then there's been like 3 or 4 other 49ers players that have brought him up. His name is Isaiah Neyor, Neyor, 6'4", wide receiver, 218 pounds, out of Nebraska. Yeah. Undrafted rookie free agent. Not the fastest person in the world, not the best hands, but apparently, like, he is working his ass off at camp, and supposedly he's catching everything, like everything. So I'm not saying anything, but you know, this might be a nice showpiece for us. But just a name for you guys to keep an eye on. Isaiah Neyor.
Here's what's interesting about that, right? Nebraska, you said, right?
Yeah.
Trey Palmer's also undrafted out of Nebraska, and he plays for the Bucks now.
So yeah,
I'm adding to that by going, you know, Nebraska's starting to put out some wide receiver talent that people are not drafting, but they have it.
They have it.
So, you know, if you're starting to impress in camp and you're going to stick, I mean, that's how Adam Thielen made it in the NFL. That's how, you know, Jennings wasn't necessarily a corner piece, but, you know, you start putting together some years.
Troy Brown for the Patriots. You know, like, there is tons and tons of examples of people not being drafted, people being drafted in the 7th round that become Hall of Famers. You know, does it happen all the time? No, but we have a lot of examples. So just keep an eye on some of these names.
Michael Jordan's high school coach should have been fired immediately when they found out. You know what I mean? Imagine the parents going to that guy. Yeah, you don't know talent. You have
no idea.
You can't know talent. What do you mean? Look at him. Look at him.
Greatest player ever to pick up a basketball, and you said he can't play.
My David can do that stuff, and he's sitting on the bench too. You're gonna cut him? You're gonna cut him? Play my David. He's just like that. It's just like her Michael. Well, I don't quite know that, but that's the repercussions that guy has suffered, right? He's just sitting on the park bench, slumped over, going, I'm the high school coach of Michael Jordan. Yes, I am.
What am I most famous for?
Yeah. Yes, it's true. If he mentions me in one more documentary, I swear to God.
Oh,
he's drinking at a corner bar somewhere, and they're like, "Hey, where you?" And he's like, I can't go anywhere in my own town."
Oh. All right. On that note.
Well, I thought that was a great note to end on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, Michael Jordan's having a great life. Michael Jordan's high school coach has to hide.
Oh. All right, guys. I think that's it for this week. We went off the deep rails this time.
Hey, listen, we'll have real news and updated news.
Besides, next week training camp starts fully. We'll have a lot of good juicy stuff for you.
And if Greg is so inclined, we can start doing 3 days a week.
Oh, we could.
Yeah, I'll start doing camp news. We can do 10 minute camp news today.
Yeah, just text me, text
Yeah.
me or call me, and
Yeah.
we'll discuss it. We'll
Yeah, 'cause
definitely
I got
discuss
nothing
it.
to
We'll
do.
definitely we'll up our time coming on.
Yeah, because during the week I just sit here like this waiting for Sunday.
I'm not doing anything, so I'm not working right now until the 18th. So,
Fantastic.
and
And I just
even then after 4 o'clock, I'm home. So,
yeah, and I just sit here waiting for Greg to
okay,
message.
running errands for me.
Hey, Greg, I'm back. All right, guys,
All
we'll
right,
see you
guys.
next week. Same time, same channel, new content as always.
As always, guys, be excellent to each other.